All right, we're back. I washed my hands, all right. I'm in the void right now, but we are going to talk about Nikke. But before we do talk about Nikke, I just want to remind everyone that we are going to be having exclusive Nikke card supplies for the international edition of like Weiss Schwarz. So these are done by Bushi Supplies, and Bushi Supplies are the playmats that Bushiroad makes exclusively for the international market. They are not associated with beautiful art. Dude, let's be honest. Nikke art goes hard.
It makes me hard, if you know what I mean.
I want to pick these up. Holy crap, these look so good. These look amazing. Pre-sales start at July 3rd and 6th at Anime Expo. I'll be there. And then July 31st to August 3rd at Gen Con. I won't be there. And then it goes on sale everywhere August 29th. Worldwide. Buy now. Global online store. Or you can buy it at your locals. I'm going to be picking these up at Anime Expo. 35 MSRP. Which one are y'all getting? That's what I want. I want to get this one. No words. I have 0 words. I want to get that one. And of course, I want to get this one. We need to talk about the elephant in the room, because Bushiroad did release this statement. Update to retail pricing in certain regions. Thank you for your continued support of Bushiroad's games and products. Due to increased costs in the supply chain, players in certain regions may experience higher product prices. Retailers in affected regions may adjust their prices higher than MSRP stated on each game's websites to offset these increased costs. We remain committed to bringing quality products to our players around the world and are actively exploring ways to ensure our supply chain isn't disrupted. We seek your kind understanding during this time and thank you for your continued support. Essentially, because certain regions, it's getting a little more expensive because of importing them. They have to increase the prices for certain booster boxes. And I was in contact with 3 different card shops that had Nikke, and I asked them like, hey, like they just released a statement. What do you think? And they said that, yeah, the supplier had to sell them the cases of Nikke more expensive because of the tariffs in the United States, because the cards aren't printed in the United States. They're printed in Singapore. Singapore had, I believe it was a 10 to 15% tariff on all imports. Unfortunately, Bushiroad card games were affected. So because of that, a lot of the boxes for Nikke were more expensive than other sets for Weiss Schwarz. When I was like, there's no way. Is this like really? I didn't ask for this, for the record. I went to a couple of the card shops, and yeah, Nikke boxes were going for $75 to $80, which I thought, come on, it's Nikke. People love Nikke. Whales love Nikke. I thought like, oh, the card shops could like, oh yeah, we could sell all these other booster boxes for $60 to $65. For the Nikke, the real like high value ones, we could sell them for like $75 to $80. And then there are a couple shops that were selling them for $85 to $90. That's normal pricing. Not in my area. Not I don't know in your neck of the woods if that's like the typical pricing, but in here, like in Southern California, like all the card shops and everything, like in Southern California, most of the booster boxes, JP booster boxes would go for $45 to $50, and English booster boxes will go for like $55 to $60 and $60 to $65. But it also, again, we got to remember Southern California, a lot of competing trading card shops, but with Nikke, like the price really went up, like not a lot, like maybe it went up like $10, $10 to like $15 or so, compared to like when we were paying like $60 for an English booster box. Because of the changes in ratios, the box prices were a lot cheaper now. It is unfortunate. That's just what we have to deal with now. And we'll see that with the sealed products as well, kind of, but more so like with the base rarities. Like you can see like the prices kind of cooling down now. It is still kind of like a slightly pricier set because of like the increased costs. Everyone's trying to recoup their costs from opening up these boxes, but you'll see them. So we're gonna start off with. Oh, you weren't. No, not that. Not that. You weren't some. Hold up. No, hold up. Take this off the screen. $70. What the hell? All right. So Nikke sealed products $71.93. So like about that like $70 price range. Again, it could be that Nikke is the hot set. Nikke is the hype set. It could be an increase because of the tariffs being tossed on the unsuspecting public. But as you can see here, yeah, it was gone down to 60, shot back up to like $90. What the fuck? And then it started cooling down like around the $70 price range. If you pay $90 for the Nikke boxes, I'm sorry for your loss. But also, we need to remember Nikke is getting a reprint. It could be like around here, people are like panic buying, and like it was like around here that like Nikke got like announced for a reprint, and it's slowly starting to shoot back up. So it's like about the $75 range. It seems like you're gonna be buying your boxes over at TCG Player. But remember, we don't just check TCG Player, we also check Win Condition Games. Oh, sold out. Trusted Collectibles has them for $75 a box. You could get a whole case of them. Sure, why not? How much is that? 1,300? That's actually not too bad. You get a whole case of Nikke for $750. Again, this is after prices have cooled down for a bit. Trusted Collectibles, wonderful seller. Over at Gold Star Collectibles, friends of the channel, Gold Star Collectibles. They only have the rerun booster boxes. They do not have the first edition printing. They only have the reruns, which is at $55. This is reflective of the % tariff. If it goes away, I'll refund $100 of the purchase price. Oh, that's funny. Rerun will be gold SPs. We'll have the PR packs and playmats. There you go. They're just essentially sending more into the global market. They are going to be gold signed cards. So there you go. Over at friends of the channel, Top Spot Cards. I actually didn't even check. Let's find out together. We got the trial decks for 22. Booster box for 69. Nice. Very good. So we got 55, 75, 69. Sold out. And $70 to $75. So it's looking like the booster boxes like $70, $75 is average. What about Nivel? What are we looking at these box prices? $33. It looks like the Nikke TCG is like about $35. Hey, I'll buy one. So with that, let's look at some sign cards. There are a lot of sign cards as well. No, let's start off with the fun ones. Triple rare pluses. So we are going to take a peek at these. There's your triple rares. We got Red Ash, Victory to Humanity, Overzone, and Bunny 777. This is the playmat right here. Red Ash is about $50. As you can see here, it was it started tanking for like 46, 45. It just seems like people try to get rid of them, so now it's like at the $50 range for this. It is the door for the level 3. Yes, it is. It is the level 3 climax combo. So here is the shot. It is at $70. It's fairly played, I'd say. It's decently played. $70 for the triple rare plus, which is the highest rarity for a climax. Not counting an AGR, but we don't have AGRs in the set. Here is Overzone, my personal favorite one. I do like the pants or the arch trigger, the gate trigger. 65. So it looks like these are like about, 70-ish dollars, $60, $65. And then you get to the card that everybody plays. Here's Bunny X777. Some cats were selling it for $200, then they shot it straight up to $500. Listen, that's a lot. That's a lot. But this is the gold bar climax combo for the level 3 that is like burned a bunch of times. And yeah, it's right here. It's a $19 card. Is it really worth $500? I don't think so. I personally don't think so. I would have probably tossed it maybe like at the 100 range, especially because it is the triple rare plus. It is the art as well. Come on, look at the art. Did you see this? Have you seen this? It looks great. And on top of that, and here's probably the kicker for sure. It's on a gold bar. That's why it should be worth more. That's a complete joke. Let's look at the SEC pluses. SEC pluses. These are signed cards. These are also the exclusive art created for Nikke. Let's see. Trusted Collectibles. SECs. All right. So Scarlet Black Shadow. SEC plus. 1,300. We got someone selling it for 1,300. Remember, selling doesn't mean it's actually what it's going for. It looks like no one's bought in any. That's a lie. Someone bought it for 1,300, and they're leasing it for 1,300 and also 1,500. So it's like about $1,000 for the SEC plus, which I believe it's like one in every other, like 1 in 2 master cases or something like that. One in every other master case, because I believe it's either an SEC plus or a triple rare plus in your master case. Yeah, 1,300. And here we got Rappy. Again, exclusive art created for this set, 1,450. No one's bought it. We're kind of just like shooting it out in the dark for 1,450. I mean, it is the SEC plus. It is Rappy, or extremely popular character, the main character, I would say, in Nikke. And we're actually going to go straight to the Modernia. So the Modernia, 2,500. We're listing it for 2,500. No one's sold, no sold, but 2,500. So people are going crazy with these prices. Now, does this mean that the prices will probably come down? Maybe, because if no one really starts buying these cards for like 2,500, they'll start like, all right, well, let's knock off $200. Let's knock off like $100, and it'll start getting a little more cheaper, more so. And then we have Paradise Lost Dorothy for 1,600, which I personally like the Climax combo. I personally like it. It is when Overzone is placed in your Climax area, if this card's in the center stage, you can pay 1. If you do, this card gains 3k power and the following abilities until the end of the turn. Your other cards with Soul in the trigger icon in all zones gain shot. So anything with the trigger gains shot. And when this card attacks, top check 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 card among them, put them at the top, put the rest into the waiting room. So you can force the shot trigger if you would like. Pretty solid combo. Pretty solid card. Also, on play heal. Pretty good. So yeah, 1,600 SEC near mint, 1,800. So like maybe like look, you got 1,800, like about 2,000, immediately drop down to like 1,600 immediately. Like I could afford that, right? Immediately drops down to 1,600. On Trusted Collectibles, they are slinging it for 2,200. People like see that and they're like, oh, okay, let's slow like about here. Then like, you know, no one's really buying it. So they're like, okay, 1,600, let's go for it there. And then the Honest Trusses, 2,500, 3,100 plus $1.31 in shipping. Listen, if I'm paying $3,000 for a trading card, give me free shipping. 3,800, 4,000, 5,000. I mean, I think 2,500 is pretty solid. And listen, the Climax combo is okay. I don't think it's $3,000 worth. Okay, but again, it's exclusive art. Let's be honest, you're not buying this to play in a deck. Let's be honest. There are 2 reasons, or maybe 3. You know what? I'll say 4 reasons you are buying this card. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, and of course 4, her beautiful smile. How much is the base rarity? 45 cents. It's worth the art, yeah. I'll play it in a deck. Lancer Links, you're a madman. I still have the Honest SEC Plus. You need a down payment on a car? There's the SEC Pluses and the Triple Rare Pluses. Believe it or not, we're not done. Let's go to the SSPs. Now, the SSPs are not signed cards. They are hot stamped cards with like their little logos, like where they're, what is it? Their faction, like where they're from, their group. If I don't play it in my deck, I would never bother buying it. Just buy the 80-cent one. Ooh, my girl, Tia. So here's Lizard's Protection Tia, the SSP. As you can see, it is rainbow foiling down here at the bottom, and it is odd stamped as well. It is 110 being listed, and it does look like some people, 0 sold, 0 sold. Actually, lowest sold, $67. So if you got them at $68, congratulations. You just doubled your money. That is crazy. Currently on sale for like about 110. There's a couple were being listed for 155, and then Tressa's has it for like about 100, and they do have one available at the shop, so you could pick it up if you want to save a couple bucks, save like $10 or so. You could snag one on Tressa's for like about $100. But yeah, it looks like it was originally listed for like that 117, dropped down to like the 60s, and then just shot back up to like the 110, 120. I love Gyarus. No one asked. We got Naga for 160. We've got to round up. Got to pay our taxes. 160 looks like lowest sold was 128, averaging like about 145. But now it's being listed for like 150. And here over at Trustable, sold out, but they are slinging it for $100. Again, rainbow foiling. You can see it right here. Very nice, very nice. And also exclusive art as well. I forgot to mention the SSPs are exclusive art created for Weiss Schwarz. You could see them holding the little Weiss Schwarz logo. Next up, we got Wonderland Alice over in TCG, 160. Looks like it did kind of peak up at the $200 range. She is also, from my understanding, a pretty popular character as well, Alice. And it seems like people were selling him or buying it for like 150. So it did shot down. It lost like maybe like $50-ish in value from when it originally started, but it is slowly creeping up to like that 160, 170 range. And over in Tressa's, they do have it at 150. Alice is great. Confirmed. Here is Ludmilla. Though this is a card that you don't really play in your decks. The Ludmilla Winter Owner SSP is at 83. It looks like no one's bought it, but everyone's slinging it at like the $83 range. Look, someone even's like, please just get it off my hands. I'll sling it for 80. So it looks like 83 to 85. And over at Tressa's, it's at $70. So it looks like Tressa's was holding it over at 70s. And then they're like, all right, let's see if we can bump it up for 80 to 85. But it doesn't look like anyone's really buying it. And like I mentioned, this is like, you don't really play this card. I'll buy it at 50. Sold. I'm not selling one. Here's a card you play. One of if you're brave. Two if you want a little bit of consistency. Snow White SSP, $100. Got to round up again. Looks like people did buy it at 100. People were listing it for 150. But again, like this one, you need maybe one of or two of. And you don't really play. You can't center a deck around her that much. So the people are slinging it for like about 100. Then shot up to like 120, and then Tressa's has it for $70, sold out. How much you want to bet that someone bought it at Tressa's and they're starting to listing it right here? That'd be pretty interesting. So yeah, about like $100-ish, and then 120 if you could get like the last ones. I mean, again, you only need two. Bam, bam. Overdose Gaming and John's One Piece TCG. Secure that bag, buddy. Realization. I love the flavor of this card. If this card is in the stage, this card gains Corruption, the Corruption trait. At the beginning of your draw phase, choose one of your other level 0 or lower characters in your center stage, put it in the waiting room. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, put the top 2 cards of your deck into the waiting room. If there's a climax among them, choose a Nikke character, salvage it. Choose a Nikke character from your waiting room, salvage it. If you haven't played the game, first of all, I get it. Sometimes I do things just for the art, but the game's actually pretty good. Story, actually pretty good. This card is very flavorful. I will tell y'all that right now. You don't really run this card, if I'm being completely honest. 47.50, as you can see, it started off like at 60 and it immediately shot down. So it looks like some people were buying it at $40. Tried to recoup a couple bucks here, 47 to like $50. Seems a little fair. And then it looks like Tressa's got the last one out at 70, which is a pretty good, pretty solid. And now they sold out at 70 when now the new listings are like about 50-ish dollars. Garden of Shangri-La, Rapunzel. 70 bones. Again, this is another one you don't really play in your decks. 70 bucks. It looks like it was listed like at about 100. Some people bought it at 65. Someone bought it at 150, where they could have gotten it half off at 65. And it does look like people are slinging it for like about that $70-ish range. And its Tress is also listed at 70. Now, the more interesting ones are obviously these ones right here. And it looks like Trusses actually doesn't have our brown girl, but they do have Blanc, Showtime Blanc, $180. You are playing this card in your decks. All right. This is one of the main combo pieces, similar to this one over here. It is one of the main combo pieces. As you can see, 180. No one's bought it yet, but like $180 to $200 seems like about the pricing. And in Trusses, they had it for $150, but it is sold out. So, you know, they're bumping up the prices because, again, this is the combo. This is the deck that you are playing these. And also, exclusive art. We love brown girls on this channel. Plus another thing that's on this card, obviously, this right here, the Weiss Schwarz cards. Because we love Weiss Schwarz on this channel. 273. People were buying this for $270 to $300. Holy crap. And then, you know, people are slinging it for 180, and then immediately shops up to like 220. It seems like 180 to is like fair. 180 to 200. Again, it is one of the cards that you are playing in the quote meta builds for Nikke. Also, I just remember there's a lot of cards in Nikke. A lot. Let's do the last one. The last like quote real interesting ones. The PR cards. These are the cards that you get in your little pack. No, when you buy, you're supposed to buy 3 boxes of Nikke, depending on your card shop, how they might do it a little differently. Buy 3 boxes of Nikke, they give you a PR pack. These are the cards in the PR pack, as you could see right over here. There's these ones in this little section over here. The one that I'm covering up, the crown, this is the Shop Challenge PR pack. So the crown is the Shop Challenge PR pack. And then over here, we do have the PR foil PR pack, the one with, you know, shooting the gun. And then we do have the Modernia already like listed. Like we don't even have the card out yet. People are already listing the PR plus of the Red Fang already. Interesting. So let's see here. Dollar. So it seems like $3, like about $3, $8, $5, $4, about like $3.50, $4.50, $8, $3, and $10. Now this one, the Noir Black Rabbit, you do play this in the decks, and all of these cards right here that come in the PR pack, they are reprints from cards in the main booster set as well. I'll be honest, I thought these cards will be more expensive because, you know, look at him. You want to look at the Dorothy? The 2-1 backup? Look at it. Nikke's insane. Nikke's crazy. Listen, Nikke's fucking crazy. Yeah, Nikke's nuts. Let's do the SP. There are 45 SP cards. Now, Trusted Collectibles, launch getting demonetized. That already happened a long time ago. All right, let's look at these SP cards. Starting off with the most expensive SP cards. If you pulled these, congratulations. We got Finale Noir and Showtime Blanc. $600. Let's see here. It started at 441, like about like the 440th range. And then it shot up because, again, this is like one of the cards that you're running in your deck. This is also another one that you're running in the deck. If you haven't played against these decks, the shot bar deck, dude, they are nuts. Over on Trusses, 500 sold out. Noir, 500 sold out. And there's like a decent amount of people like selling it too. Like it goes from 600 to 630, and then just 577 to 600. That is it. That is it. And then from there we go to, it looks like we go to the Modernia over here at 450. No Modernia over on Trusses, but it does have like 400, but it does people are listing it to 450, so it has gotten up. Let's see, Noise Classic Diva. They had it for like 275. So it looks like Tressa did have it. It sold out for 150. Oh man, you gotta love brown girls. So they did have it for 150. but then like everything is essentially going up in price. I don't know if people like finally like found out about like, oh, Nikke, oh, these cards are these sexy anime girls on it. Like, look, the helm is at market $400. Are you kidding me? I have this in JP. It's not going to be the same amount in JP, but I have this in JP. That is nuts. Look, the Red Wolf is at like 300. There's the Honest. No, Trust. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. Tressa only has the SEC Plus, but the Honest out of stock, but it's at like about like 340 range. And then the trial deck Honest, it's about like 315. And like the prices are for the SP cards are not going down. They are not. It looks like they are only going up. Like Mary, market 325, but they're listing at 450. The Rappy SP 325. Spring cleaning soda. I'll be honest, I thought this one was gonna be the one that's like the real expensive one for no real good reason. I mean, there's two good reasons why this one would be expensive, but $300 for this one, and this is like a card that like I don't know, I kind of want. Look, 369, 300, 342, and this card actually like playable as well. The Dorothy is at 225. The Jackal, I love the art on the Jackal. The art on the Jackal is so nice. It's so nice. 200 bones, $200, and it looks like it does shoot up from there to like 220. Someone bought it at 210. The Jackal art is amazing. A Teacher's Grace, like 135, 100. Even like the real like quote cheapy ones, like it's still like 114.95. This one's at 84.99. Tressa's had this one. I just don't like the way she looks. I don't know, but yeah, Tressa had this one for $100. There's 80, 73, 85, 390, but was at $70. Holy crap, that one jumped up. Uni, Exia, Scarlet. Okay, so there are definitely ones that are like, there are like a couple of them that are like the quote cheapy ones, like the $40 one. But look, we got a $70, $90. Leona is at 180. Alice at 500. Oh my goodness. I get it. Art is very cute, but the SP card is more expensive than the SEC Plus, but very nice. Look, 118, 70, 70, 180, 315 for the Tia. Oh man. All right. Let's look at the base rarities and then we can call it. All right. So the super rares and the base rarities. Look, we got $9 super rares, $9 to $10 super rares because it says markets at 13. Take the average. So it's like $8 to $8.50 to like $10. 11, $9.19 for the super rare for Dorothy. And also everything in this set does have a super rare. And some of the cards, the art is different. Here's Blanc. So there's, I believe, 3 arts for this one. Snake Bite Viper super rare. Oh man. $9? I could afford that. $9 super rare, super rare, super rare. Look, there's 5 markets at 6. And actually, if you've noticed, because I do have the double rares. Look, like the highest super rare is like $11-ish. Like that's pretty cheap. That is pretty cheap. And it looks like the most expensive one is this Tia over at $8. Then Alice is at 10. And look, there's 1-0. Modernia First Affection is at $5, and then we start getting to the base rate. Like the most expensive base rarity right now is the Tia. Unexpected, actually. I thought the Blanc or the Noir would be the most expensive one, but there's Naga, my girl Naga. Another one for $5 down there. Jackal, 315 super rare. Like the super rares are like worth a couple bucks. If you get like the real sought after ones, like yeah, you could get like $8 to $10. But yeah, it looks like each of the super rares are like about $2. The art is damn good. Super rare, yeah, like $2, then start drops down. What is actually, yeah, let's find out what the cheapest super rare is worth. 50 cents. Colossal single cell. 50 cents, 70 cents, 50 cents, 60. Like, even with like the quote price increase, like the super rares are still like very cheap. Kill the Lord. Oh, love that art. That art goes so hard. Like, more sought after ones are like $5 to $10. And then everything is like, you could like, if you want like a shiny deck, like you could realistically build this for not super cheap, but like kind of ish cheap. Maybe if you just want like a couple super rares of like certain characters that you want. Cause let's look at the base rarities. Look at that, $8 for the Tia. We got five, well, let's say like 6, more like 5, 4. The Noir is $1. $1? Are you serious? The deck that kicked my ass is $1? That is insane. What? Actually crazy. Climax rares here's at 67 cents, 50 cents, 45 cents, 47 cents. And then we drop down almost instantly into the, look, 40 cents, 60, look, 75, 64, 71, 58, 80 listings. That is why. That is why. Because a lot of people are cracking open Nikke and they're like, oh, I have all this bulk. Sell it. There's a couple like hits here and there, but you're better off now building your Nikke deck. It is gonna be so cheap because like you could get like a majority of the base for like maybe, from the looks of it, like $30. Maybe like let's say like $45. Assuming you're not building a quote good deck, you can say like maybe like $45, and you got a Nikke deck ready to go. And Nikke, again, is a really good set. Nikke is a really strong set. For like $45, you get that deck ready. If you want to be real cheap about it and you build like a quote bad deck, maybe you could like skirt it down to like $20. But if you could use that offset money to buy your shiny cards, or you buy lunch the next day. How much are the play sets for double rares to climax rares going for currently? I have a few. I'm thinking, what is a good pricing for them? $250 to $300, especially because like, you know, someone's going to try to undercut you over here with these prices over here. Because like you could like let go for like a majority of these cards, at least like some of the double rares for like 50 cents ish. Like I've seen some play sets go for like $250 to $300, and because this is like a little over the normal amount, I'd say maybe like $280 ish. I would say. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. There's Nikke. The time to buy the cards and build your decks are now. If you are trying to save a couple bucks, you could just get all the base rarities and use anything that you're saving to buy the super rares, which are also pretty cheap as well. Maybe toss in a couple of those PR pluses so you get something to look at while you're getting your ass handed to you in local.